Hi everybody, Andrea Price Johnson, Tower Garden Guru. It is a very hot July day, very overcast, but I figured while the children were inside and the dogs were inside, I would take a few minutes while it's nice and quiet outside to show you the progress of the towers that are on my deck. I've got 3 tower gardens. One of them is on loan. It was donated from a local citizen and it will be going to a school. We will decide which school in the fall. Sometime in the next couple of months. But anyway, I wanted to show you the progress that we're making. We've got 3 separate towers. One is focused with string beans and peas, another one with mostly tomatoes and cucumbers, and the last one has greens. So let me show you the 3 towers that I have. And all towers come with timers, pumps, the minerals, seeds, and rock wool cubes, everything that you need to get started. This here is the loaner tower, and it's primarily bush beans and snap peas, and I created a string spider web of sorts to support these beans because we've been getting a lot of severe thunderstorms and downpours, and the rain actually broke some of my plants, and unfortunately I threw one out before I even thought about splinting it with a split straw, masking tape, and skewers, and look, it's doing absolutely beautiful. These string beans are so healthy, so I'm really sad that I threw the other one over the edge, but I'll live and learn. But anyway, this is the bean tower. This is something that children can grow in schools. They do self-pollinate on their own. And then we have a tomato tower. I primarily do tomatoes and cucumbers in one tower in the summer because they do tend to take over and choke everything else out. But I did leave the arugula and kale in here that were from September. They were growing indoors because they were so big and so well established, and they're still producing so much here. So you can see this is the arugula. Look how huge it is. Very spicy flavor. This flavors of the produce that come out of the tower garden is just so rich and so nutrient dense. Look at this kale. My children and ourselves, we have kale salads practically every night in the summertime and the winter time. The kids love taking it to school. It's very healthy and very yummy, and so you see a lot of cucumbers are growing on here. And my tomatoes, I've got tons and tons of tomatoes. I've got several varieties. The variety that is taking off right now is the, what kind is this? This is the grape tomato, I'm fairly certain, or the plum tomatoes. I think these are the grape. But I have tons of tomatoes. They are ripening, and I trimmed a ton of leaves off because I'm trying to create airflow and also allow more sunlight in to ripen these tomatoes. So there are tomatoes everywhere, and I still have tons of flowers that are developing. This will fruit all summer long, even into the fall when I harvest. And we have more kale here. So this is the tower, and I also tucked some newer plants in here, and they are doing very well. And I also have, this is the herb and also the greens tower, and it's a little tall. I have an extension on it, but as you can see, purple basil. We have more arugula. I have tons more basil. I mean, there's basil everywhere in here because we just love basil. We love freezing it. We love eating it with the tomato mutts and making sauces with it. More kale. And look at this pepper plant. It was growing indoors, provided peppers all winter long. It took a little hiatus, and now it's coming back with more peppers. So there we go. I was going to rip it out because I thought it was done, but nope. It keeps on ticking. So anyway, and all these little divots here in the stem, those are all kale that we have previously picked and eaten, and it does regenerate. There will be some buds that will come out of the bottom sooner or later. More lettuce in here. And check out this Radina lettuce, nice, rich, and red, antioxidant rich. Look how huge this leaf is, this beautiful lettuce crisp leaf is. And look at this here, more Radina lettuce, so big and beautiful. And we also have jalapeno pepper, yay! And more basil growing. I just can't stop from growing basil. And this is a baby kale right here as well. So lots of things that are growing in these towers. They are absolutely wonderful. They grow so quickly, they're so abundantly. They are practically a set it and forget it. I just make sure there's water in it at least once a week. I see if we need to top it off. I add minerals maybe once a month, depending on the plants and the the progress that it's. If it's growing really fast, I might need to add it a little bit more. But anyway, these are the towers. If you have any questions in regards to the towers, anything about the way they're made or what's in the mineral solution, feel free to contact me. Andrea Price Johnson. Have a wonderful summer. Take care and be safe.